Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So yes, it's time to give you another follow-up on the Nord N20. This is becoming one of my favorite OnePlus devices, and solely because it's so affordable. It's got great hardware, decent cameras, beautiful screen, good battery. I mean, solid battery. So there is cons with every device, and I'll start there. Because this device, while it doesn't have a lot of cons, it does have one major con, and it's a huge setback for a lot of people, is that you can't get it unlocked anywhere yet. You can't get it on OnePlus's website. You can't get it eBay. I don't know. I haven't looked, but I had to buy this at cost through T-Mobile. And then after, 40 days of use on their network, sometimes I've never waited 40 days, I believe, but you just call them and say, hey, I paid for it outright. They can see that. Or you can go into the application and hit the unlock, device unlock, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But that is a major con, that it's exclusive to T-Mobile. And, carriers grab these exclusive deals on good devices because they want to be the ones to get the money for the sale of the device. You know what I mean? So this device right here you can't just go to the website and get it. You can't just get it on Verizon or AT&T. You can't do it. And that is why I say that is a major con for this device. I mean major, because it's offering so much. Look down there. Look, you see that? Can you get me out of it? You see that right there? That's called a headphone jack. And unfortunately, on the higher price devices, it's going away. They're pretty much taking it away for some reason, claiming they don't have room and all these other excuses. But the fact of the matter is, it's on this device. Now, one thing I like about OnePlus, unfortunately, we're in 2022, and I never thought I'd be having this conversation, is that they put a charging brick in the box. That is the stupidest conversation to have, because companies have gotten to this point where they just want you to buy your own. They want to sell you a brick and save the world. I don't know, man. All I'm telling you is look for companies that have the phones, the charging brick, and everything in the box. Some places still give a case, headphones. You know what I'm saying? It's a whole bunch of options out there to where you don't have to spend a lot of money. Speaking of money, that's a huge pro for this device because it's only $280, $282 for some reason, I guess. But coming in at under $300 with this good package right here, that's a win by today's standards. And when I say good package, I mean it has great cameras to my standards. I mean, the cameras are really solid for a device that costs $282. I'll put the $2 on there, but they have really solid cameras. I mean, I don't have any complaints really about these cameras. And that's one part of the package. Next part of the package is the battery life. I genuinely use this off of Wi-Fi. This is the device that I just go everywhere with because it's so thin and so light, and it's compact enough. It's got a nice narrow design. This is the device that I don't keep it on Wi-Fi because the signal strength on this thing is so good. Like, let me see if I can show you here. You see the signal strength? It's always pretty solid on this device, no matter where I am in my house. It's just really, really solid. I got full bars. And that's just something that doesn't happen with a lot of my other devices. Normally, they just don't have full bars anywhere in the house. So I just keep it off of Wi-Fi. Streaming services, everything over the network with this phone is just really, really good. So I'm surprised that I can run it that way. And then the battery, like I said, is super solid. Easily going a couple of days. So I do have more emails coming in than the average person. More social media contacts probably coming in. Like, things popping up, Well, I ain't gonna say that about today's standards because these young cats, they have like 2,000, 20,000 followers, and they always got some of them popping up in their feed. But I have a lot of notifications coming in for a person my age. I'll say that. I'll say it like that. So with that being said, though, this phone can handle it like a champ. It's running like boss mode. It's no problems on the battery whatsoever, running over the network. Now, the feature sets on this phone are very far and few between. This is a stock Android device, and you don't get all the little quirks and kinks that you get with a Samsung device or other devices that have pen input. I think Samsung is probably the most, LG has some great software too, but Samsung is probably the one that's loaded everything into their software, and you don't get that here. You get pretty much just a basic phone experience, but you get all the applications because this is Android. You're going to get all the applications, and so those notifications that are coming up all the time are going to be pretty good on here. You shouldn't have any problems with your notifications actually coming in. That's a thing on some devices. I've noticed that some people say that they don't get their notifications, and with this device you will get your notifications, at least in my experience. I don't know if that's going to play a part in the application itself or the network, whether it's got a good enough signal, how fast it's going to pull. There's a whole bunch that's going into a notification coming through on the phone. Sometimes there's a text message that comes in the next day on some devices. I'm like, did I get the picture? I'm like, no, I didn't get the picture. Next day it pops up. Could be the network. So with this device though, I'm not having any issues with the software experience at all. I love the software experience because why? I like stock Android. It's one of the best ways to go for phones, i.e. Pixels are the number one source, I would say, if you want a completely stock Android device, go there. But you do have options from Google and OnePlus for these stock Androids devices, and they're all going to show improve. You're going to have a good experience, I would say. Internally, this has the Snapdragon 695, and so when I first heard about that processor, I was like, I kind of frowned on it. You know, I was kind of iffy about it. But now that I've actually been using it straight through on this device for a couple of months, it's actually pretty good, man. I just don't have any complaints about it. So I could tell a person with confidence, you probably won't have any issues with this device. And if you have the Nord N20, I don't think you need to upgrade to this unless you want the better hardware. You know, some will say that the Nord N10 is the better device because of the features and options and things like that. But, you know, this one has some pretty good features. In-screen fingerprint reader, facial recognition is really fast. And I just think it's a good, nice, affordable software suite that's well within anyone's budget and getting some high-end, like in-screen fingerprint readers come on phones that cost 4 or 5 times the cost of this device. You know, I thought they were going to put it on the side in the power button, but no, they put it in-screen. And so that they're flexing a little bit. You know, having high refresh rates and things like that on devices at this price point it's a win for consumers who are not really into that, or they don't really know that they could get those options. That is a huge plus. So you got a good price, really good cameras, fantastic battery. The performance and software is going to be on point for you. What else could you possibly want out of a device? Yeah, with just that one con for me, with it being only offered on T-Mobile network currently, I think this is still a huge win. So if you're on T-Mobile and you don't want to get the OnePlus 10 Pro and all these other devices that I have that are a little bit more in price, this is an option for you. If you want a charging brick in the box, sadly, that is a conversation. You go with a device like this. You know what I mean? Like, it's a good phone, man. So I'm going to continue to enjoy this phone and use it. I'll try it on other networks, even though I know it'll work, you know, whatever. But, you know, I just know that that's the biggest drawback for this device for me. And it might be the biggest drawback for so many people, you know, not being able to get it. I've heard that before. Like, I really want it, but I can't get it on a different network. So I want to give you a quick follow-up on this phone, man. This has been absolutely great. I literally have used this every day. Phone calls, texts, SMS, emails, you name it. Everything that you do on your device or I do on any other device, I'm doing it on here. So it's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. And another follow-up for you. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.